Hi everyone, I'm Staff Sergeant Sterling with Los Santos Police Department, and welcome to our Getting Started video. This is going to take you through everything you're going to need to do in order to get started with the department. So, first thing we're going to do is head out of game, head over into Discord, and make sure we have everything set up on that side. Alright, so before we get into the fun stuff, we've got a couple of things that we need to do in Discord. First thing we're going to need to do is join the True Knight RP Discord. And then under starting point, we're going to go to department selection. We're going to click on LSPD, and then we're going to click confirm. Within just a couple of moments, that should give us this blue dot and LSPD Discord right there. And that will allow you to join our department Discord. There is one other very important Discord to join, and that is going to be the department hub. Now let's head over to the LSPD Discord and get started. So, if we scroll down a little bit, we'll find onboarding, and you'll find call sign request. This is very important. You're going to click on request call sign. You're going to fill out the form. Please be sure that your name is appropriate. That is the most common reason why we deny them. And then within probably a day or two, if we're particularly busy, it can be up to 2 days, you should have your call sign request approved, and you should have a call sign. From there, we're going to go to training requests, and we're going to find the example post right here. And you're just going to follow this format. You're going to put your name, your call sign, the type of training, which for you is going to be basic training, followed by your availability and your time zone. This is what allows field training officers to be able to kind of plan accordingly as far as when people need training or are available for training. The last thing here is ride-along requests. After you have completed your basic training, you are eligible for a ride-along. This is the second part of your probationary phase, but you'll learn more about that when you go through basic training. One other thing I want to direct your attention to is up here under LSPD Information. If we click this information menu and hit Important Documents, and we scroll down, here you'll find a number of important things. I would highly recommend reading our SOP and global SOP. Okay, the global SOP is what applies to all law enforcement within the TNRP server. I would recommend reading both. Additionally, you can find our website, which has a variety of important information on it, and our roster, which I will take a look at now. So here's our personnel roster. Once you have passed your probationary phase, you can find yourself here. LSPD onboarding roster is where we have all of our probationary officers. So as soon as you have your call sign assigned to you, you will be able to find yourself here. You can also find the uniform structure. We're going to be setting this up in a moment, and our vehicle structure. We're going to be setting this one up in a moment. And you can find our special unit rosters and things like that. Alright, so once we've obtained our call sign, there is one thing we need to do before we start getting things set up in the server itself, and that is to change our 5M name. All you're going to do is you're going to go into the LSPD Discord, you're going to copy your full call sign, so in my case that's Lincoln 406, Staff Sergeant B. Sterling, LSPD, and you're going to paste that into player name. Alright, so now that we've connected to the server, here are the first two things we're going to do. Number one is we're going to go on duty. We're going to do that by hitting T and typing /duty, /DUTY, and hit enter. You're going to see this box pop up. You're going to put in your name, your numerical call sign that you've been assigned, and you'll select Los Santos Police Department. First time you put it in, just click Save Information. And that puts us on duty. Next thing we're going to do is get to the station. We're going to do that by hitting M. That'll bring up this True Knight interaction menu. We're going to go down to teleports. From there, we're going to scroll down to Mission Row Police Station, hit enter, and that'll put us right out front. Okay, so now we're going to cover how we get the uniform. It's a fairly straightforward process. All we're going to do is we're going to hit our F1 menu. We're going to go down to player-related options, and then down to MP PED customization. If you don't already have a character saved, just go into create male or create female character, and then save your characters whatever you would like. You're then going to go into saved characters, find that character that you've saved. It should be under uncategorized, and then select Edit Saved Character. All you're going to do here is you're going to go down to Load Shared Outfit and type in 9842 for the outfit code, and then we can name it whatever we want. LSPD Officer, for instance. We then hit Confirm, and it'll take us back to this Manage Saved Characters menu. We'll go back down to Uncategorized, find that outfit that we've made, and hit Spawn Saved Character, and that will give you your police officer uniform. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our patrol vehicle. So first step in that process is to hit F6. That'll give us this True Night RP spawner menu. We're going to hit Department Cars and then LSPD. The car we're looking for here is the 2018 generic sports sedan. That's going to be our 2018 Charger. Now there are a couple things we need to fix, so we're going to hit our F1 menu again, go down to Vehicle Related Options, and then Vehicle Options. First thing you want to do is select Keep Vehicle Clean. We're then going to go down to Vehicle Liveries. You're going to select Livery 0. That's our patrol livery and can be identified by the blue chevrons on the back and the blue triangle design on the side. We're then going to go down to Vehicle Extras, and at the very least you need a light bar. Okay, patrol officers are not permitted to run in a slick top configuration. So you are welcome to add some other things. I would highly recommend adding a pit bar for pit maneuvers, and then you can also add things like a spotlight or some additional side lighting or ALPRs. Now, there is one other thing that we need to do, and that is to fix our license plate. So we do have a specific format that we use, and that is going to be LSL followed by your numerical call sign, PD. There you go, and just replace the number signs with your numerical call sign, and your vehicle's ready to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our radio set up. There's two things we're going to need to do in preparation. First thing we're going to need to do is bind our radio keybind button. In order to do that, we're going to hit F8. That's going to bring up this console here, and we're going to type this, bind keyboard, whatever key you want to bind it to in quotations, space radio in quotations. Whatever you put here is exactly what you're going to bind your radio to. In my case, I have mine bound to F4. We'll then hit Enter and then hit F8 to clear that out of the way. We're going to need to do one other thing. We're going to go to Key Bindings, go to 5M, and we're going to scroll down until we get to PMA Voice. Right here. Talk over radio. That's how we're going to talk on the radio itself. I have mine bound to a mouse button, but that's going to be your push to talk for your radio, so I would advise having it be easily accessible. Now that we've done those two things, we can actually set up the radio. So we're going to hit whatever button, in my case F4, that we've bound our radio to, and this radio will pop up right here. It'll look a little different when you're in the vehicle. And you're going to hit Turn On. First thing we're going to do is go to Settings, scroll all the way down, and set your call sign. That's just going to be whatever your numerical call sign is. So Lincoln and then your number. Notice we're not in any radio, so we need to connect. We're going to do that by clicking Connect right here. And in our case, we're going to select Channel 4. That's going to be South Los Santos. And there you go. Now I can hit my push to talk. I'll hit Escape to clear out of the radio. I can hit my push to talk, and I can then transmit. Notice that I can see everybody who's in the radio channel right here, and I can see who's talking when they're talking. Alright, so let's go ahead and collect our equipment. We're going to head on inside the station here. One thing I want to stress is that it is extremely important that we keep this door locked. So I walk through the door, I hit E to unlock it, I then hit E to lock it again. This keeps unauthorized persons from getting into our station. We're going to head upstairs one floor, head through this door here, around the corner, and then through this door on the right. That is our armory. Now the first thing we need to do is make sure our inventory is enabled. So we're going to type t/inventory. And that will enable our inventory. You may have to find that in your 5M keybinds. We're going to walk up to this little armory station here, and we're going to select the following things. For sidearms, we're going to need a taser. We're going to need a Glock 19. And we're going to need a radar gun. For heavy weapons, we're going to need a beanbag shotgun and our LWRC M6IC. That's our patrol rifle. Please note there are some specific restrictions on when and how we use these things, so please review our SOP. Under handheld weapons, we're going to collect all four. This is going to be our flashlight, which is going to be particularly critical for reasons you'll learn in basic training. We're going to need our nightstick, a knife, and a fire extinguisher. This is also where we would refill our ammunition and or refill our armor. Now I would recommend that once you set this loadout up, you go into your F1 menu, go to player related options, go down to weapon loadouts, and then save this loadout, which will allow you to walk into the armory room here and then go into player related options, weapon loadouts, manage loadouts, and then you can obtain your loadout that way without having to go through this armory every time.